Gonna fire up the stream, push and Q. Finish this yogurt up. I saw someone was talking about a rock deck won a recent challenge online.
Yeah. It looks fun. I'm actually looking at it right now.
Trying to find out. Doesn't look that popular. There it is, the rock.
Plays Agathos and
yeah. I assume it's basically just kind of like a Yawgmoth deck without Yawgmoth and the Yawgmoth combo creatures. This plays a little bit more like you get room for more spells, fatal pushes,
right,
malevolent rumbles because you don't have to run the chords. I mean, you do have to run some stuff that's kind of bad for Yawgmoth if it's not with Yawgmoth, like Wall of Roots and the little one-drop Undying creatures. It's not a lot, but you got to have that, and then the Yawgmoths themselves. And then, like, some, whatever one-ofs, you have, like, one of Hapatra or something. But a lot of the times I've been watching that deck, it doesn't even really combo to kill. Like, it usually just, you know, outgrinds like this deck's doing. A lot of wins on just Agatha, Gris.
Chris, yeah.
But I don't know, Yawgmoth is a freaking menace, though, when you drop it, like, if they don't deal with it right away. What happened?
Alright, love you.
Oh, okay.
I guess I could jungle.
I love you too, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
Oh, he's wanting a jungle? Oh no, he's wanting to mid. Okay. Guess I'll just keep with the. Well, no, I was banning Kate. I think I'll keep banning Kate. That champ's just really obnoxious.
Shall I turn in my badge and rifle as well?
She just comboed so well with a lot of these range champs too, Luxes and crap like that. I just don't want to deal with it. If they CC you and then she traps you, like, you're basically dead if she combos it correctly. Oh, okay. White of the Reliquary is kind of interesting. The one of Fulminator this guy's running, I mean, it kind of works.
Agathos.
Yeah, no, it's very, very good. It's just like you can't really search it. Like, it's hard to go find it. Because you don't have Cord, you've only got Green Suns. In the Yogg deck, you've got Cord where you can go get it if you want it, but I guess you've got Malevolent to dig. It's not really a huge opportunity cost.
Call me king, call me demon.
The Kench.
Water forgets the names
Time
of
to
the drowned.
unbench the Kench.
Oh, that's right. And, okay, so you do get to run Urza's too.
Yep.
Which is a little different. Is it worth running Urza's just for, like, what do you get Spell Bomb? Lava Spur Boots? That's what this guy's running.
You can get Haywire Might too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Haywire Might. Especially in some matchups, I guess. If you get Haywire Might, and then especially if you can start Agathaing it. Shut down a lot of those artifact decks. That's true. Maricom's pretty annoying. Jinx. Ugh. The other OP. Katarina's a bold pick into their comp. Got like Leona's got 3 different ways to shut it up. Almost all of them have some kind of CC, but it is a good combo with the Mumu though.
Yeah.
This buffet exceeds repugnance.
But yeah, we did Chuck E. Cheese. Then her cousins came over and played for a while. Then I had one set of friends come over later,
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
hang out. And then I had another set of friends come over and hang out.
The flavor is what I covet.
It was like a super busy day.
30 seconds until
We played some of those Jackbox games. You ever played those before?
Yeah.
Those are pretty fun.
Yeah. I hung out with Connor, Pat, Jeff, Roman, and Ben
Nice.
all day.
Y'all just gaming, balling out.
Yeah, we played Frisbee, played a lot of Commander, played Super Smash Bros, played Frisbee golf.
Nice.
It was fun.
Did Roman win Frisbee golf?
Minions have spawned.
He was on my team and we did not.
Oh no. He's so tall, he can just like throw it over the trees.
Yeah,
How tall? Is he like 6'8" or something? How tall is Roman?
something like that. 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", around there.
Probably 300 plus, 6'8". He's a big dude.
Where is that taste?
Hey, what's up, Smokey? Good to see you, man. I have been into MTG since like 1996 or something. I just haven't ever played on stream. I go through off and on phases of playing it. I played a ton when I was a lot younger until about 2000. Then I came back and played for off and on for a couple of years, and now I'm just kind of an enjoyer. Just watch it. Oh shit. He just cleansed? Oh my god, the fucking Ivern. Are you shitting me? That's crazy. Literally, Ivern out of the fucking woodworks with the shield. The very last second, not kill the Leona. That's just supposed to turn and go on Jinx there and just pop potions. Leona would have come back in.
First blood.
I'm not sure. Ivern just has such weird ass pathing.
I refuse to succumb to culinary degradation. I have tastes that aren't easily pacified.
Oh
been
my
slain.
god. He had ignite? No. Oh my.
Sometimes I need to treat myself.
Damn, he had ignite.
An enemy has been slain.
I got 2 thumbs and a shield.
Nice.
No one expects
Outplayed. I don't know. Let's just back it up. Let's back it up. I don't... Okay.
In order
Nice.
to find a digestion.
An enemy has been slain.
Yeah, I'll get a reju beat, I guess, and a refillable.
The only real sin is to deny.
Let's see. Ton of Commander, have a bunch of high power CDH. No, Jason and I talk about it a lot, but no, I don't stream it. I haven't really played that much Commander. I played once when Jason came over, but so a lot of my friends that played Magic back in the day don't anymore near where I live. A lot of people, Jason has a lot of friends that play it where he lives, but yeah, if you want to talk about it, we do like talking about it. I like Watch Modern. We talk about EDH some, but I don't really follow the, I don't really know
Enemy has been
EDH meta too much.
All the world's a river, and I'm its king.
I saw that on, I thought about playing it online. I did get, like, an MTGO or whatever modern deck. And I was thinking about streaming it for a while there, but I just don't have time
Bargain is due.
to keep up, unfortunately. I mean, I could, like, go to the card shop and make more friends, you know, and, that play it, but...
True appetite never wanes. Every heart has its own hunger.
An enemy has been slain.
Surprised we don't have more of an advantage. Ivern kind of froze the wave, so Jinx caught that wave after we killed her bottom, though. So isn't there like an Atraxa Infect deck that's, it looked kind of popular on CDH Rec or whatever? The Proliferate.
Yeah. I'm sure there is.
We shall recognize.
Do any of the people at the shop play that?
The Visser one.
You play the big one? 7
Yeah.
drop?
Yeah.
Spell table to jams. Oh, okay.
Killing
I got
Spell
you.
table's good. I've done it before. Well,
Is that where you have like a webcam you play against other people or whatever?
I've had a few bad experiences, but it's for the most part, it's pretty good.
Okay. Like, what was a bad experience? People cheating?
People cheating.
Yep. It's like a for fun, like, why? Yeah, she's gonna be right there to clear it.
Try and go get drag.
Okay.
Misery.
They don't have it warded. They've got Pixel Brush warded, but... I might be able to... Well, we don't have it pushed in. I think you should be fine. They're not moving. Oh, here comes Ivern. Or Xerath.
A slave's mind is never free.
I'm gonna get drag.
Okay. Oh my god. If she would have walked up to me. No, well, Maybe with Cat? Okay, yeah.
Watch out. Daisy's really.
Man. Could I have eaten him in his W right away? I don't know. I feel like Leona was going to stop me if I did that, though.
The world is my feast.
Yeah, they came through the tri-bush. Xerath might have walked behind the Dragon Pit, I'm not sure. Either way, I don't know. I could have avoided the CC. I'm not sure when I should have chomped him. I was going to chomp him and W out, but I was afraid Leona. Maybe she'd already used her cooldowns. Like, they're very short cooldowns. Xerath still had his stun, too. I'm pretty sure even if I just eat the Ezreal, I was waiting on them to hit him with more CC, and then I was going to eat him.
My diet is expensive.
Killing spree.
Okay. So that's clapping.
Shut down.
I demand an entree. I am the River King. Nothing escapes hunger.
KENCH is kind of like a poke gem. I mean, his Q freaking hurts.
Has been slain.
Well, he came straight through the lane without going over any wards. I guess as soon as she goes on him, I mean, he cleansed. No, he didn't cleanse, but I guess I'm supposed to chomp and then his W away immediately. I'm just thinking that we have more time to get out of these things than we actually do.
An enemy has been slain.
Born, famished, and starved.
I guess at least Jinx is not getting many of these, but like,
Your team has destroyed a turret.
To covet is to starve.
Unstoppable.
I mean, I could have put a ward maybe on their Gromp. I don't know. Like, we could have definitely gotten out of that one. I think if I just R'd, if I just chomped him and ran faster.
No true hunger can be abated.
Turret plating will soon fall.
I don't know where Ivern is. Leona's acting like Ivern's gonna roll up.
He's here.
Yeah, okay, she's coming on you. Can't. I don't know if I can get there fast enough.
No flavor.
I'm dead. It's alright.
Ally has been slain.
pushing that. I guess he can maybe poke his way out of it. Alright.
The river never stops.
That was well played. I was just gonna stall it just so Ezreal could get tower, but that works too.
Shut down.
Let us eat voraciously and overindulge.
Let Ezreal get the solo golden XP on that.
He has destroyed a turret.
Yeah, I did a lot of theory crafting on Commander. If I had more people here, I would definitely play. We did it that one time when Jason was in town. I called up a couple other friends and we had a little 4-person EDH. It was really fun.
To culinary degradation. I have tastes that aren't easily pacified.
I'm not really sure where they're gonna go or where her wards are. She's walking over here. Okay.
An enemy has been slain.
We all go and die from time to time.
Oh my god.
Pretty good.
Watch out! Daisy Stampede! Watch out! Daisy
Oh my god, this dude, this Ivern.
No. Oh, I can never do that stupid thing.
OP.
Your team has destroyed
I'm not gonna take it into their base.
shut down.
Alright, that's fine.
True appetite never wanes. I shall return to this establishment shortly.
Todd the bod is in the house. Jason's playing a Moo. He had another guy wanted to play middle, so he just decided he would take over the game with a Moo instead.
Oh well.
Every heart has its own.
Oh, you're doing pretty
Right.
well though.
Yeah.
Pretty much every lane was rocking. We made some mistakes bottom, but wasn't that brutal. We got Dragon. We can kill Leona. Well, I don't know if you're gonna be able to get here fast enough.
I search for bargains
god. Okay, she is 9 and 1. I'm like, just walks right up to Leona with the ADC and just kills them both. I wish Tom Kench's animation was just a little bit faster. That might make him OP. His W animation. Or at least that he would go underwater faster. Maybe it could be the same amount, but if he could go underwater faster so that he can't be disrupted as easily, that would be nice.
Turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, we could take a look at it. Oh, we kill Leona right here. Oh my gosh. Alright, can we...
Misery has a delectable taste.
Killing spree.
Like a WoW boss. Now most people just sit in whatever he's doing. I don't even know. Honestly don't even know what that. I just like stay out of the purple. Purple fire bad. Want him with recon mobility? Not. It doesn't have to be that fast. I don't know. Or a bigger payoff. He's not like turbo meta. I mean, maybe you could nerf other things about him, but maybe make it where he can't eat somebody, eat an ally, and jump away. That might make it a little more fair.
Shut down.
I miss his old kit, but it was OP. Like, being able to eat people on that short of a cooldown. They could have just made it a longer cooldown, but I liked his global pressure.
Has destroyed a turret.
The hell is that gibberish? What happened? Oh, you want some, big dog? Come get it. Oh shit, actually, he's got health. I could have soloed that Rengar, but not with Xerath. We probably better run. Or just kill them all.
I'm like that.
That's fine. Fucking ran back in and died. Alright, we need to back it up. Oh god. No, we don't want to fight him. We don't fight him. Let's reset. We're getting a little crazy. We don't give him a bunch of shutdowns. Purple fire bad. That's right. People just stand in it. I've seen people just die to it. Alright, what am I even getting here? Just unending despair, I guess.
All creation is born, famished, and starving.
I don't know why this item's so good on Kench. I mean, it's because he gets so much extra bonus on his auto attacks anyways. So you're really encouraged to sit there and auto with him a lot.
To covet is to starve.
And obviously, he likes health a ton. I guess Warmogs has been nerfed a lot. Warmogs is quite good on him. But if you just want, like, just burst damage.
An enemy has been slain.
Okay. Or Cat just kills him. It's fine too.
An enemy has been slain.
Mercy has no
Want these ward kills. Yeah. Yeah, just give him an instant. I mean, Rakan, I don't know. You can knock Rakan out of stuff too. A lower cooldown on it would also be reasonable, especially if you hit somebody with it. It's still like a really long cooldown, but they always have to be careful for like top lane Tom Kench because he does so much damage to melees potentially. They could rework his gray skin too. I mean, that's just like, it's so bad unless it's in a team fight. I mean, he's fine as is, but hey, what's up, Stack Throw? Yeah, Jason plays frisbee golf.
Oh yeah.
Frisbee golf connoisseur. I'll play one more if you want.
Yeah, let's go. I'll play.
Yeah, didn't you mess your shoulder up like trying to get one of those out of a tree or something last year?
So yeah, that was last year and early. I guess it'd be
Beginning
so
of 2024?
It was like 2023 in November.
Okay.
I went. I tried to get my frisbee down from a tree, and I took this big branch and just kind of like set up to like launch it up the tree, and I just threw it with like all my might, and like I ripped my shoulder. It was not good.
Oh no.
It's a unfortunate story. People say, why you just lie and make a better story? I'm just like, well, now you can tear your shoulder playing frisbee golf now.
So you tried to like grab a big thing and like spear it up in the tree to knock it down?
I held it with two hands and did like a 360, like kind of like a bat swing up the tree and just kind of launch it. And the way I launched it, it ripped my labrum.
Oh, that's rough.
It was rough.
That thing weigh like 500 pounds or something, or what? You throwing a stump?
No, it was like a long, like, I mean, it was just a big ass branch, and I just thought I could wing it up there, and sure enough, I could it.
See.
But I'm all better now.
Could have just busted out the Glock and just shot it down or something.
You're not wrong.
Okay, so this account, ironically, my Smurf is a higher elo. I think this one is like gold 2 or gold 1, and my other one is like platinum 3, I think. I believe both of them ended last season in Emerald. My main account might have ended in, I don't remember. We had a really rough start to this split, and we just haven't played a lot of games. So yeah, my main one's back to 50%. Okay, it's gold 2. And okay, this one ended platinum 3 last split, and then it was emerald, emerald, diamond before that. So my steady decline into my boomer years. And then my Smurf is not back to 50% yet. We ended emerald 3 and we are platinum 2. I think I played frisbee golf once or twice. I have a friend here, like, he used to go frisbee golfing with, I guess one of the people he did it with moved away. But he used to go out and go frisbee golfing more. I've asked him if he wanted to go more, but he's said his shoulder's just kind of messed up and he's just usually not feeling it. But maybe in the spring I get him to do it.
Yeah.
He's awesome, man. I love him, but his apartment sometimes it's rough because he just smokes this all the time. He's like chain smokes and stuff. So going over there, when I walk out of there, I just kind of smell like an ashtray. And I love, like I said, I love hanging out with him, and we always have a good time and laugh and blah blah blah. But it'd be great if we could do some outdoors things every now and then at least. Yes, emerald is basically platinum. What platinum used to be. And then platinum's kind of gold, and then gold's kind of silver. They sort of mix. It's not exactly like that, but they sort of mix it up. Gold is probably like silver 1, silver 2 type of stuff. It's kind of a blend. Then high gold might be low plat. But yeah, effectively diamond is about the same percentage that it used to be. And then emerald is maybe platinum 1, 2, or 3 of old school. And then platinum is like maybe platinum 4, gold 1, gold 2. And then gold is probably like gold 3, gold 4, silver 1. Type of mixture. Yeah, I should get back. I just don't have any people that do anything basically near me. I've tried to find some more people that even just go hiking and stuff. Like, we've got really good hiking around here. It's like maybe 40 minutes away, 40, 45 minutes. Very easy day trip. Probably some of the best hiking in the country. Especially just kind of chill. I don't remember who I was banning. Oh, Caitlyn. Okay. Oh, did you ban the Caitlyn? Nice.
Yeah.
Good, because I forgot. So Caitlyn and Warwick are banned. Those are the most important ones. I can't really blind pick Kench, I don't think. I guess let's do Recon. I mean, I maybe could, but I feel like there are worse situations for blind picking Kench than Recon. But yeah, a lot of my friends that are still around here, they just got kids and, 9 to 5s and so, and it's just really hard for them to get out and do anything. And the kids aren't like quite old enough to go do stuff, a lot of this stuff with us. Like, they just get bored doing the frisbee golf and things like that. But yeah, I'd love frisbee golf or going out bowling or hiking. I used to do all kinds of stuff like that when I was in college, and a lot of my other friends were in college, or even like post-college, like pre-kids. Especially when I had some of my friends that are just sort of like, just hanging out or like single. But a bunch of them have moved away. Man, I was just hanging out with one of my buddies tonight who moved out to California. I was like, man, I wish he'd move back. He's so much fun. He's married, but they don't have any kids. And I don't think they want kids. And they're both pretty athletic. So it'd be fun going out and, running or hiking or doing all these other things with him. But I think he kind of wants to come back, but his wife likes it out in California. She's from California. And he's got a pretty good job out there. We'll see. I mean, kids do take a lot of time, but I feel like you could still make time to do stuff. Like, Jason's got kids, and he's out doing stuff sometimes. Like,
It's not all the time, though.
it's not all the time, but it feels like you could, you know, at least one day every week or two, you could find some time to do stuff.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like me, you know, and you can just take turns with a spouse or something, you know. It's like, all right, you watch the kids one night, and then you have a guy's night out, and then,
Yeah.
you know, then you can watch it, and they can have a girls' night out or something. It's alternating. I've wanted to do like a kid exchange too, where some people watch our kids, and then my wife and I go out and do stuff, and then we would watch their kids one night. We haven't really set that up, but that would be nice. Babysitters are really hard to come by. It just depends on what you want to do, but babysitters are very expensive. Everything involving kids is expensive. Now, if you've got relatives, that's handy. We don't have... My mom is in town, but she's kind of unreliable. Is that... It's Xinjiao Mid? Okay. And then my wife's parents aren't in town yet. They want to move down here, but they have to take care of my
Yeah, the Star Guardians
father-in-law's mother,
I was on the team.
who's like 97. They're still taking care of her
Welcome to
up in a
Summer
nearby
Heaven.
town. It's like an hour and a half away. So it means we have to get like an actual babysitter. And we need to just try to get one on our roster. There was a place...
Except for my hair.
I don't know how they can't find a way to make this profitable, but there was a place in town that would do like after hours daycare from like 6 to 9. And it's like $20 an hour for the first kid. I think second kid is like maybe 23 or something. And they used to do that like every day from 6 to 9, but now they've cut their hours back and it's just Saturdays 6 to 9.
Minions
We've
have
never
spawned.
used them,
Myself.
but
And Saya.
we might. But yeah, so just like for a night out, just go ahead and tack on $70 to whatever you're doing. But at least you can do it. If you don't want to bring the kids with you. We usually just bring the kids with us, but there's some stuff the kids just wouldn't like to do.
I choose fun.
Well, we just don't have a neighborhood. Yeah, I mean, that would be an advantage of living in a big neighborhood, is we probably could find a teenage girl to watch him for, you know, $15 an hour or something, but
No,
we
Star
live
Guardian can say the same.
relatively isolated in this weird part of town.
Easy fight.
It's like up on this mountain. There's like six houses on our street, and I think there's only one of them has kids. And they're like the same age as our daughter, so we just don't live in like a big manufactured neighborhood. So it's got its pros and cons. It's cool because we've got like good privacy, and it's like back in the woods, so it's like we basically just have one neighbor. But you know, Rory just doesn't have as many like neighborhood kid options to play with, and we can't get a babysitter. I'm sure we could find some around town though, but we kind of use them sporadically though. I don't know. We'd like to use my mom's. My mom is free, but we just don't know if she's actually going to show up or not. Sometimes, like, literally, we had reservations one time, and it was like, yeah, I'll be there in 15 minutes, and then just like never, no call, no service. Basically, we had to bring the kids out too. And
Universe tends towards chaos.
it was a place that wasn't super kid friendly. So it's just sort of awkward. Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe it is the liability. But I'm just like, how can they not find a way to make that profitable? But maybe it is the insurance. Like, it's the only place in town that has that. It was like you could just have one person. Like they already run a normal daycare hours.
An enemy has been slain.
It was like you could just have like one person watch like 8 kids after hours, you know? Guess you'd probably have to have 2. But still, even if you pay them $20 an hour, it's just $40 an hour. Like, all you'd have to watch is 2 kids to break even at their $20 rate. Because you're already renting the place. You're already doing electricity and all that for the daytime. And I'll guarantee you could get more than 2 kids. But you're right, it probably is like an insurance thing. I've heard that's why a lot of the blue-collar stuff is very expensive from someone who does blue-collar stuff. Plumbing, electric work, all that is just the insurance. Insurance just ruins everything, man.
Leaving a dark, very good-looking soul.
Blast him, Gauntlet. You belong in a museum.
This Ezreal support just seems... I mean, it's annoying, but it just seems so bad compared to something like Lux. Or something with actual CC. Pretty sure they're back.
But it is less complicated. Stare in the mirror. It's daily.
Oh, he didn't. Wow. I guess I stopped his back with my Q. I mean, I assume daycare workers probably get that. Am I the primary engaged? Probably. I'll just get warbogs anyways, whatever.
Riku, I did not rescue you from a cold dead planet so that you could laugh at me. I rescued
Like
you.
the daycare we're at, they're constantly flipping people over. They're not even using all their rooms. They have an extra rooms because they can't get enough staff to fill it. Now maybe they are underpaying. I mean, they could charge more. Like, there's a wait list everywhere in town. It's like a year wait list for any daycare. Just about. Like, it's such a massive demand. Even at its ridiculous pricing.
An enemy has been slain.
I don't apologize for doing my thing.
Wow, really? We don't get him? So that was a nice sidestep. Oh, I keep thinking he's the jungler.
I am bad because I'm free, and I am free because I'm bad.
I'm not sure what the support has.
Oh, shit. Oops. Oh, wow. Oh my god. Dude, he almost killed them all. That's crazy.
Real cool.
I think, did she barrier that? I'm not sure. No, you don't get that much per kid. I mean, no, they just get a flat rate. The daycare workers, I think it's just, they might only get 15 an hour, but,
This place will look different when we're in charge, Riku.
I mean,
Dark matter?
I would think they would have to pay them at least 20. But they
Far as I
could,
can
like,
see.
every kid in daycare, I mean, like, it's so much. Like, daycare is so expensive. Run, 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 run. I don't know, but it probably is the insurance. Yeah, if you're babysitting, like, Dude, actually, if you do a full-time nanny type of thing, I have a friend who's a doctor where they wanted to hire a full-time nanny, and it was like, I think they were paying her, they were wanting to pay her. It was some it's like $45,000 a year maybe,
Call me when you need your hire.
just to watch the kids from like 8 to 4. 2 kids that are like infants, who are just gonna sleep most of the time. And yeah, you just literally can sit there and just goof around on your phone probably and just give them some toys. And this girl couldn't do it. She showed up late all the time and was just like not doing a good job, wanting like a ton of like time off. Yeah, it's like super unprofessional, like very short notice. Just wouldn't work most of the time. And it's like, dude, that's a lot for basically no skill labor. I mean, there is a level of skill at playing with kids, but at that level where you don't have to design activities or you're not even dealing with a lot of kids, like, it's pretty chill. But yeah, they finally just put him in daycare because they just could not get a nanny. One person was asking for like $55,000 a year, and that's not even like cleaning anything. That's no cleaning. That's no like cooking. It's like just childcare. The Ezreal's the support. It just blows my mind. It's like, that's what I need to start doing. I could just nanny. That's when you know America's an awesome place, when you make more as a nanny than teaching at a university. Not that, again, not that there's not some, you know, merit or dignity in being a nanny. There obviously is, but I swear, I think that non-tenure college educators are probably the most exploited, like the most overqualified, underpaid people you can imagine. Most of them have PhDs. They're going to have at least a master's, and most of them are going to have PhDs. And, you know, they're going to be making less than a McDonald's worker, probably. If you're at a place where there's a bunch of universities and you pick up classes from like 2 or 3 different universities, you could maybe get yourself up to high school teacher type of payment. But it's just like, I don't know how more people can actually do the job. Like, I can only do it because Sandra makes quite a bit of money. And like, we just had some really good investments. Like, we got our house at an extremely lucky time. We've had some good, we're both pretty good at managing money. But it's like, especially if you're just like a single person trying to teach at a university, like, you can't buy anything. Especially this day and age, like, you probably can't even rent a 1-bedroom. Shit. Alright. Well, I got his flash at least. That's annoying. Whoa, she flashed that? What? Okay. She's like 2. She's already got Bloodthirster. Oh, I guess they got the 2 kills on us being in the jungle. Volibear is extremely strong right now, though. Yeah, I mean, you're just not going to have any people that teach at college anymore, or they're just going to have to lower the price, because eventually people are just going to get smart and, like, stop doing it. Or get dumb, I should say. Like, stop trying to get smart, stop going for higher ed.
Living the dream.
Just, you know, grab yourself a nanny gig, get your iPhone warmed up, and put on Bluey, and just sit on a couch to $50,000 a year.
Whoa! Danger brings out my bad. Just kidding. All my sides are.
plating will soon fall.
Yeah. I mean, I think high school teachers are a little underpaid, but you only have to have a master's for that, and they're still making, like, pretty good money. Like, not insane, but... way, way better than college, though.
Double kill. Triple kill. An ally has been slain.
Like, it's bad. And I'm talking, like, tier 1 universities. Like, R1s, as they call it. So stuff with PhD programs and labs and things like that. It's still not great money. But if you go down to, like, especially, like, the community college level, it's probably a little bit more now. But, like, maybe 6 years ago, there's a local community college that paid...
Your team has destroyed
I think it was $1,200 a class. By comparison.
Stare in the mirror. It's daily.
So if you teach, even if they give you somehow miraculously give you 4 per semester, you're making $9,600 a year. That's not even $10,000 a year. It's like, I literally don't know how they fill that. Now, yes, it might be a little bit more, but even if they doubled it in 6 years, which I doubt they have, but even if they doubled it, like, under 20K, I mean, $15 an hour is 30K.
destroyed.
50 weeks, 2 weeks, you know, unpaid
Rampage.
vacation or leave or whatever. Yeah, it's crazy. Now, again, the bigger universities will pay a little bit more than that, but it still is not amazing. And a high school teacher in my state, I think,
Has destroyed a
is something like, with a master's, it's probably close to 50K.
Dance to the beat.
Like 45 to 50K. I haven't looked at that in a few years, but...
has been slain.
So it's like, yes, that is light pay, but compared to what the college educators get paid, it's far, far less. Now, you get paid a decent amount on a per hour basis. Well, you know, $1,200 a class, nothing is decent. But just theoretically, if you got paid something like $6,000 per class, and you get 4 classes per semester, it'd be $48,000 per year. So that would be like decent. And then on your per hour, like how many hours are you actually working? If you're teaching classes you've taught before, honestly, it's not gonna be. It's probably like 20 hours a week or something.
Your nerdiness brings out my
And then of course you get, you know, winters and summer. You get a lot of breaks. There's a lot of perks. So the per hour basis, 6,000 is high. I don't know anywhere that actually pays that, but if it did start paying that, ha! Got him, coach. So it's like you do get a lot per hour, it's just you don't have a lot of hours that you can work. Unless you're like teaching 7 classes per semester or something. If you're teaching at another nearby university and you can actually get enough classes, you gotta commute between the universities too. I did 5 classes one semester commuting, so I did 4 classes at one place starting at 8 a.m. and then I had to travel to another nearby place for like an hour and a half, or not an hour and a half, like probably a half hour, and then do another place. So I was teaching from like 8 to 4 or 5 classes, and that was like okay, it was doable, but you're not usually going to be offered that many classes. A lot of places will only let you have up to 2 unless you're tenured, or something similar to tenure, which is kind of like union. Well, see, they had been giving me 4 since. Oh, oops. It's creating space. I did kind of zone, but I didn't need to die. I could have backed up. So, since COVID... Well, okay, so the history of it... You have to have 3 to be considered full-time in terms of being eligible for healthcare and retirement and stuff like that. 4 is considered like the top. Like that's the most they're allowed to give you. And 2 is part-time. So they used to, and there are like different ranks. So there's tenure, which is like a national search historically, and it's primarily research based, so you have to publish books or articles, like a lot of books and articles, to be eligible for tenure. And then you get hired on as an assistant professor, and that's a temporary thing. That's like your first step to tenure. And then you've got 3 years, you have to teach like 3 classes, and they take like 1 person out of 500 applicants for that. Because almost every PhD student with even a like remote possibility of getting any tenure job that opens is going to apply for it. Because it's all publicly, heavily advertised. And then you have 3 years to publish a book, historically, or you might be able to publish like 5 articles or something. And all of those are like almost impossible too, you know. Every time you try to publish even an article, it's like, you know, 1 out of 100 people that submit articles to these journals to try to get published. Every step of the way is under a 5% chance. That's how it is in a lot of industries, I guess, but... and then if you happen to get that, then you're an associate professor, and then you're set. You've got tenure, which means they can never get rid of your position. They can't fire you unless you do something just absolutely ridiculous. You come in like with a firearm to your class, or you know, just something crazy. And then there's a mythical, so assistant will probably, I don't know what they make this day and age, but probably you're looking at something like $70,000 per year. Depends on the university too. Obviously, like north schools or west schools, places with higher cost of living are going to be higher. But you probably come in a southern school, like $70K a year. Teach 3 classes, you're on a bunch of committees, you try to publish stuff. If you make it to associate, it's probably like 80 or 90. And then you teach 2 classes. And then if you make it to full professor, you probably teach 1 class and make over 100K. But you're supposed to publish a lot of books and be a badass if you're a full professor. Like, you're a name brand if you're a full professor. Like, people in that field know who you are. Like, you publish books that everyone else in that field reads, basically. So there's, like, less than 5 of those probably on staff at a lot of faculty places. And usually they're older. They just don't give it out to younger people as much anymore. So that's all tenure stuff. On the other side of that, and tenure makes up probably, depends on the university, but probably about 20%, maybe 25% of the people that teach in classrooms, about a fifth of every fourth or fifth person is going to be tenured. The rest of them are non-tenure track faculty. Sometimes you hear it called adjunct, non-tenure track, lecturer. There's a lot of different names for it, but it's all basically the same thing, where you're not guaranteed any employment. You're on a semester by semester contract. Or no, it's not usually semester. In some places it might still be. At my university, they changed it to at least be yearly instead of semester. So at least you know you've got a year. Unless, of course, you do something to get fired. And you can be fired for any reason. Like, they could just not like you, and you can be fired. You know, whatever. If you're non-tenured. That's how it is at most jobs, though, right? Like, you can be fired any reason, anytime, anywhere. Unless you're union, I guess. But, and then you're paid by the class. And most places you're only going to be able to get 2 classes. And I think the main reason, and they've never explained this fully, but, well, number one, they don't have to pay you health insurance or, you know, any other benefits. But also, I think for like rating systems and things like that, they get a higher ranking by like U.S. News and World Report and all that crap if they have full-time terminal degree people teaching jobs. That's usually people with PhDs that are considered full-time, but they don't want to give people that like full-time stuff because it's much cheaper to do part-time people. So it's this weird little dance. So my university and the place where I used to teach in Ohio does not have this, I don't think. But they've got a, my current university has a full-time lecturer that is available, but it's a national search again. And so it's going to be similar odds. Where, and it's one of the few places that has that sort of full-time available that's non-tenure. So yeah, people are gonna, like, there's people there from like California that have taken these full-time lectureship jobs. And that is, you get your 4 classes. You're not guaranteed employment, but it's highly likely you're going to be employed. You're not expected to publish that many things, but it's nice if you do. And then you'll probably make, like, those numbers, like, I don't know, 40s? Maybe upper 30s, lower 40s? Something like that. Again, depends a lot on the university, but you'll still make probably less than a high school teacher. But you have to serve on a bunch of committees and stuff like that also. So, I would say for a lot of people, if you want to get into academia, you better have another way you're going to make money. Or you better, you know, marry money, or, I don't know, be ready to have a bunch of roommates.
How do the Star Guardians
Die alone in your car.
Their sparkles are
Yeah,
so
whatever.
dark.
I know a lot of people, like smart people with PhDs, that just get out because they can't. Even if they get some of these like decent full-time-ish non-tenure jobs, like they just quit. Like a lot of them do go to high school. The funny thing is, in my state, and I don't know if every other state's like this, but you're actually not qualified to teach a high school class with a PhD in the subject. So you could have a PhD in English and not be qualified to teach a freshman English class in high school. Because they want you to, like, you have to have special training in, like, their curriculum and development, what's, like, age appropriate to read at that level, or, like, to expect from an essay at that level, and it just, It's like, you have to go back and get a master's in education to do it. And it's like, is that really necessary? Can you not just take like a summer class that goes over expectations or something? Like, you have to do 2 more years? But yeah. Unless you teach at a private school, and they love to have PhD people on their faculty because then they look fancy. Like, oh, we got a PhD teaching our English classes here. It's like, you don't need that. It's like having a D1 college player, like a really good college player, teaching your, Pee Wee basketball league or something. Like, you don't need it. It's overkill, but it looks fancy. Helps them justify their $25,000 a year or whatever to private school. Yay, gold 1. What are you at?
Over 190 LP.
Oh, man. Getting close. I probably can't. We'll have to save it for tomorrow, though. I can't do one more. I got to get up and do some stuff for the kids in the morning, but we're rolling. We're just about back at gold.
I know.
Hell yeah.
I'll see you, dude.
All right, man. GG's. I'll catch you next time. Okay, so that was little background in Education 101. So I love my job. Everything about it's great except for the money. Everything about it's great. And fortunately, my wife is like, the best ever, basically. I mean, I'm like the luckiest person ever. Like, very attractive. I think almost everybody would say she's more attractive than me. Most people significantly more attractive than me would say. Attractive, makes a ton of money, really smart, really, open, understanding of whatever, like, is chill with me staying up till 1 a.m. playing video games, at my age, and, it's virtually perfect. So I just kind of lucked into that. And it's like, if you can get something like that going on, is chill with me not making any money, basically, that's another thing. A lot of women not going to be chill with that. Then you can do it. But if you can't do that as an academic, you're in trouble. So, and it just sucks. I mean, at a certain point, it's just going to break. As I said before, there's just going to be people that just don't do it anymore. And they're just going to have to make the situation better. At some point, there's just still an oversaturation of PhDs. But pretty soon, just no one's going to do it. And universities make so much money. They're like huge money engines. That they've got to have people teach those classes. They can't, like, let them all walk away. But it's like, if they don't realize that till it's too late, are you going to be able to turn that ship around when you're like, oh crap, we don't have enough people to fill these jobs? And there's just not enough people in the pipeline coming through. I don't know the numbers on that. A bunch of smart people at the universities probably calculated all that up. So, I'm hoping I can just wait them out and manage to keep my job. We'll see. I mean, next year they are dropping me back down to 2, which is going to be interesting. So, I've got some different options. I could either do more on the channel, which my wife said I could do that if I want to, so I could start trying to do more content. It's going to be really hard to get those numbers back up. I wasn't even that profitable to begin with. Even my best year, was not that much money, especially for the amount of hours I put into it. It's obviously extremely lower now with 11 viewers versus, we were averaging 250 for years, 200 to 250 for a long time, and there was that one year where it was like 500 plus. Now I could do channel stuff. The easiest thing would be pick up 2 more classes at that other university. It's like 30 minutes away if they have openings for me, which they might, which they pay less than the university I'm at right now, but at least it's something. It's not crazy less like the community college. It's a 4-year university. So they pay less, but it'd still be like, okay, I know the people there. I've taught there before. It was a few years ago, but like it's a pretty decent gig. And I've thought about this too, but I just don't know if I could do it. I could try to go back and get an MFA, which is a Master's of Fine Art in English, because this is another goofy loophole. An MA, a Master's in Art, does not count as a terminal degree but an MFA, which is also a 2-year degree, does count as a terminal degree. And I never finished my PhD, so I ended up dropping out of that program. So I don't have any progress on that anymore. So if I wanted to get a terminal PhD, it would take another 5 or 6 years. I'd basically have to restart, which wouldn't be the end of the world. I like it. I get paid about as much as a grad student as I would now as an instructor. But I could do a 2-year MFA in creative writing, specifically fiction writing. And that's what I always wanted to do. Or not always, but for a long time I wanted to be a writer. I just wasn't good enough. So I could spend a year and really try to crank. And that would be fun. But I do worry, like, am I good enough? But also, I just know so much more about rhetoric right now, and it's like, do people just want to hear the story, especially this day and age? Just, I don't know, these kind of quirky white guy stories. Like, I hate to think like that, but there's just a huge push towards, like, more diversity in general across the board. But I would imagine, especially in creative writing, and there is a little bit more, like, I understand the whole institutional racism, all that kind of stuff, and all that, but there is a little bit more to be said, I think, in the creative realms for, like, legit, interesting other stories from other cultures and perspectives. Like, that is fun and everything, but that's, like, not good for me as a white guy, because a lot of people that read fiction and that are going to be in these programs are going to be sort of women to begin with, but also, you know, people from diverse backgrounds, and so I'm just afraid that I would just have to be, like, insanely good to get it as a white guy. But I don't know. They did. I met a couple of the new MFA students, and they had like 2 or 3 white guys out of 8. So that's not bad. So I don't know. It's just like the kind of stuff that I would want to write. I'm just not sure if that would be like the kind of thing that would get me in there. Yeah, it's just the rhetoric. And I learned even as a PhD student, you know, writing scholarship, there's always a slant, right? And it's that way with almost everything. It's not just, is it well written, right, in the abstract. It's, does it appeal to this specific audience? And a lot of the research and things I wanted to do, you know, specifically rhetorical representations of Buddhism, there's just not really a market for it, you know? And you can't make people want to read something or be interested in something they're not interested in, you know? But I just remember one thing I submitted. It was for a class, and it wasn't exactly that, but it was like the influence of South Asian thought in European writers in the 1800s. But it was the translation of the Kama Sutra. I don't even remember how I got to hearing about this guy or figuring this out, but it was a really interesting, I thought, concept. There's basically this guy, Henry Ashby. I got to get out of here in a second, but I'll pull this up. Who was like this really weird, on the surface, he was just like a normal kind of guy. I don't remember. I think he worked at a post office or something. But, like, on the down low, he was one of, like, the greatest collectors of, like, porn or erotic literature in the 1800s. We had a class on, like, women and sexuality in the 1800s, which is a pretty fun class. Now, a lot of it, I think the professor did not like that because it was, like, this very, I don't know. She did not like this guy that much, I don't think. And I don't remember how we heard about him. But anyways, this guy translated, it was either he that translated it or one of his affiliates translated the Kama Sutra, among other things. And they actually thought that it was really cool. That it was like empowering for women and talked about sexuality and blending it with spirituality and things like that in this way that, you know, a lot of Westerners hadn't really thought of before. And this guy was the expert on, like, sexuality and literature. I mean, the man literally had like 10,000 books or something, mostly just like straight up porn. But the Kama Sutra is a little different. I haven't actually read the whole thing. I just read like what he had to say about it, because it is not just like porn. It is, again, like the sensuality, spiritual, like whole different kind of vibe. And he really liked it. He thought it was empowering. He thought it was something really cool that these people in South Asia had thought of that Westerners hadn't thought of. And it was this anti-colonial, not necessarily anti-colonial, anti-Western, but this fresh way of seeing and thinking about the world that was different from how Europeans traditionally thought about it. So that was very similar to, like, you know, what I was looking at with Buddhism and how it was seeing the world in a different way that fascinated Europeans. That doesn't mean they necessarily agreed with all of it, but it certainly created the story that these cultures had interesting, valuable things to contribute to humanity or to society, right? Which countered that story that Britain is the best, Europe is the best, all of these, you know, people in these other colonies and things like that are just these, like, inferior human beings. That's the standard story that most kind of theorists had and still have to this day. And it's like, no, it was very... Yes, there were some British people that thought that, of course. But there was a huge diversity of thought about these different cultures, too. And so, anyways, he was this, like, pornographer guy, and he was part of this group called, like, the Cannibal Club. With, I think it was, like, something Burton, Robert Burton or something like that. Anyways, and these guys translated this, and they wrote a lot about it, and so I wrote a paper about it, and I thought it was really interesting, and it was like, literally, the magazine was asking for people to submit 19th century ideas about pornography. Like, that was what it was looking for. And I submitted this, and all I got back was, didn't mention Judith Butler, not interested. Like, oh my God, are you shitting me? She's like a 21st century critic that talks about, like, post-colonial feminism and all this stuff. Like, she has nothing to do with this. I don't think she's ever mentioned the Kama Sutra or has ever mentioned this dude before. But that's just, like, a really popular theorist. And that's just the particular kind of, you know, woke theorist at the time, and they're just like, you didn't mention this person, you didn't mention my favorite theorist, we're not even going to read your book, basically. So that was something that really turned me off from trying to get stuff published. Was it's just like everywhere it has a slant, and I mean, again, you can't make them care if they don't care, but, you know, just looking at this kind of weird, underground, interesting, you know, sometimes edgy sort of stuff. And you would think that academia would be a place where that kind of thing would be welcomed, like uncovering new, interesting stories about different time periods, but that didn't seem to be the case, at least with some of the places I looked at. Now, I did get something published as a master's student that was pretty cool, which was about representations of Buddhism in this book, Daniel Deronda, by this Victorian author. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. But I could try to go back and maybe be a writer, but it's a lot of effort, and I'm not sure if it would pay off, but I don't know. We'll see. I've got a little bit of time to figure it out. But anyways, okay. Well, that's it. Thank you very much. We should be back around midnight tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be able to get Jason back into gold. That'd be great. Maybe I can get this account back into platinum. We'll see. But other than that,